Goth is for Dry River, knowing that Japanese got banned. Even
Yes.
Malay, banning Malay, I think was smart on Boulder Forest. We saw
Yeah.
Coyote go for Malay on Boulder Forest. I'm always surprised at Chinese on Bedouins. Yeah, Chinese on Bedouins makes sense.
Okay,
And then
here's an interesting thing though.
but
What do we
you have
play
Yuzu as well.
on Bedouins for Lynx? Because Romans are pretty good there, but I think Romans have to
No,
be for Dry
Vietnamese.
River. Vietnamese? Oh, there's Vietnamese. Yeah, I'm blind. Okay, never mind. Yeah, easy, easy. I think
Even the Magyars can work on
was
Bedouins, but for I
Lynx.
think me.
I think Lynx played Vietnamese on that map in the quarterfinal too against Lithuanians. We might see the same matchup. Lithuanians is
Wait,
there, but
whereas on the other side, we're seeing Koreans and Huns in the draft,
yes.
meaning that there will be a bit of mind game when. Actually, in the first game in Bedouins, do you go for Koreans or Huns? Because Koreans against Vietnamese can be a tricky matchup for both civilizations.
I think it's. I
Huns,
think
I
that's a
think
skill
it's
matchup.
horrible. I think Huns against Vietnamese could be horrible. I mean,
For who?
hard for Huns. They still have the extra scouting and stuff, but
Yeah, they get a lot of sheep potentially.
yeah, and Mongols as well for Coyote. Mongols, I'm not so sure where.
Now the thing is, we have to take into consideration this is the first time we have two like sort of closed maps in the draft. So Danakill and Shattered Plains those are the maps that I think civilization matters a lot, or a little bit more than on other maps because it's a lot like very positional and strategic. So I think Koreans has to be for one of the closed maps, right? Like there's no other way. Probably maybe Shattered Plains because I don't
No,
really
Danakill.
see really
So I'm thinking, yeah, Koreans for Danakill, the
and
towers can
Shattered
be very huge
Lithuanians.
here. And then Lithuanians for Shattered Plains.
Oh
And
yeah,
by the
maybe
way, I played only one game on Shattered Plains.
yes.
It was against Apollo,
Mm-hmm.
and Apollo has trained against everyone. So I'm guessing Apollo played Lithuanians. So I'm thinking Apollo might have popularized the Lithuanian pick
That
on
is true
Shattered Plains.
because he practiced with Megafish too. We know that.
Yeah. Oh, for
So
sure.
yeah.
He has practiced with
He has
everyone.
practiced.
So
He has practiced with
yeah.
me, Arbase, you, like Megafish. Ladies and gentlemen, first semifinal of the Secret Desert Cup. Game one, Bedouins for Lynx versus Coyote. Both players already dropping their TC, both pretty decent TC spots, pretty close, I would say. Not the closest I've seen, but still pretty close nonetheless. And Javisty, could you quickly repeat what you've been saying about the civilizations here?
Oh yeah, so I was saying we were expecting Vietnamese against. We were expecting Vietnamese for Lynx because Vietnamese have this great bonus of knowing where the opponent TC is, which is super helpful on this map when you don't start with a scouting unit, except for Hunts.
Yes.
And but then on the other side we had Koreans and Huns for Coyote, both pretty popular Bedouin picks. And I'm thinking that Lynx got scared of having Vietnamese against Koreans, which I understand because of the war wagons. The war wagons can be very hard to counter. It's true that with Vietnamese you have great scums, but they in low economy it can be hard to afford scums, and war
Yes.
wagons are still very powerful. So we went for Magyars to try and go for a feudal approach.
We have to be careful
Yeah.
because this would be the first horse to die under the TC,
As,
and we are
oh,
running
let's go, let's go,
straight.
let's go.
Are we looking? Are we looking? This has to be.
Lynx,
We're not.
Lynx.
What?
No,
Where were we looking?
This is so important.
On this. Was this fair play or did we do something else? Were we like sheep scouting or?
Yeah, I think we were microing the sheep.
Probably right. Like.
You,
Okay,
you don't do
so
fair play at this stage of the tournament.
this is like
and especially like that. Like,
dodged a bullet there because if this horse dies, then like we have 1,000 food less in terms of sheep suddenly. So
yeah. And the
big
scouting.
bonus for the civilization, of course. Both DCs going up at roughly the same time. I think there was like 1 or 2 seconds of a difference.
Slightly faster for blue. Yeah.
Yeah, but not essential. So we don't see like a 1 or 2 villager will like villager lead like yesterday simply because of the DC placement. Now the question is on this map, early game we do know that Coyote is fairly close, no Vietnamese this time, so we actually have to scout it. So Lynx knows. The question is how about what's my keyboard doing? Can I please check? Okay. For green, we also know. We should know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the map. By the way, do you still have this microphone issue on Discord? I think on the stream is fine, but on Discord sometimes your voice is still
I
coming
know,
down a
I know.
lot.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Does it sound
Yeah,
better? Okay.
not really, but I can still hear you at least.
Okay.
But I wanted to talk about the map because on this script with Bedouins, we can have very varying generations, especially regarding the minerals. I think Coyote has a worse TC placement, especially with the woodline. The woodline for Lynx is amazing, and also the ponds are pretty great. However, Coyote has access to the safe gold and stone. I think just at the back, like it's a great map for Coyote. Whereas for Lynx, we will have to be a bit more creative for the gold and stone. I'm thinking we're gonna move on to the gold and stone more towards the south, and we see the gold at not the stone though, but we're seeing the gold, and it's still not so far, so it's fine.
And
But
this
a
feels
slight
like
map advantage.
this feels like one of the more like reasonable generations of this map. We've seen very terrible generations of this map throughout this tournament. Simply because the patch ruined the script, unfortunately, and I was a little late to react. It still creates those weird, like, I don't even know what to call this, like those squares with nothing on it.
Only one this time. I thought it was always 2 squares, but I'm only seeing one.
Yesterday we had 4. Yesterday we had 4.
Oh, 4. Okay, yeah, no, it's not always 2 then.
Yeah,
Never
and
mind.
the resource spawn and distribution is very, very questionable.
Second boar coming in as well for Coyote, whereas Lynx, I think, has only been working on the shorefish. So the shorefish is faster. By the way, I did prefer the approach from Lynx to build a mill before a lumber camp, so that you can get onto more shorefish faster. But that means that Lynx is going through his reserves of shorefish faster. Like the shorefish under the TC in mid-feudal age, if you're under pressure, can be super helpful, whereas Coyote is focusing on boar. Meaning that he still has a lot of shorefish under the TC.
I mean, it would fit if Coyote is Megafish to play with Huns, because the Hunnic Horse just gives you even more possibility to abuse your APM with the horse. We did see a very far boar lure with the horse blocking, so we're definitely familiar with playing Huns on a map like this, and using the horse as a very, very nice tool. We are up to the feudal age for Magyars, while Coyote is definitely looking at more of a fast castle build with Huns is very reasonable. Like, you get so much food that it's just very, very tempting.
By the way, can you Alt-S? If you click Alt-S to switch the players? Like in Capture Age.
I did, yes, I just did.
Okay, yeah. I just did that. I was just happy to remember the shortcut, honestly. But yeah, we're seeing Lynx going for...
Why did you want me to swap, by the way? Because I just swapped back. No, I thought it was like... We are blocking the foundation, look at this. Coyote is such a nerd, like, honestly.
Yeah, so annoying. I think we're gonna see a stable, right? We just have... The build is very, very good. Loom afterwards as well, I love that. And yeah, this is a stable. We'll be up a bit later for Coyote, but we're gonna have full vision over what the opponent is doing and against scouts.
I still think. Oh wait, we aren't on gold. It might still be fast castle if we go for a market now. Might be. Let's see what he does.
Some weird walls at the. No, I guess it's fine. It's some small walls.
If you expect Magyar scouts, those walls make a lot of sense, I think. Like, these will keep you safe against the scouts.
It's still a lot of palisade walls, right? So it's not free at all.
Yeah.
And long term, it's kind of... I mean... Well, I guess it's alright with the gate. It's still a lot of resources. But we're gonna defend with the range.
This is definitely not a fast castle anymore. We don't have the resources.
And there's still a hole. There's still a hole.
Oh my god,
no,
yes!
The hole.
Oh, and we're in! And this spearman, I think what Lynx has to do, he has to try and keep this open. Never mind, we're deleting the gate, or did that die? I'm not even sure. Nice blocking here.
Haha, get nerded on! Let's go!
The nerd is getting nerded on, yes. We did block the villager there. I'm not quite sure if this gate was deleted or killed.
Okay, good poke for the spear. But we're getting the army onto the field. The opponent is gonna defend with the spear. So now the question is, No, I was saying like, will Lynx focus on finishing the walls or doing an archery range? He's doing both with the
Oh, we
archery
are.
range
Is this going
super
to be in
down.
time? If we clear the spear, we could have jumped in towards the middle, but Coyote is re-walling this in time.
Yeah.
We're jumping on the wood line, it's
No.
saved by the TC, and now we're fully warded. Disaster averted. We still forced a lot of spears and chaos, and we killed a Vil, so great start for Lynx here.
And we have a range, but the range is so far down south. I'm not sure why we're placing the range here.
I think
Place it
this
in front of your
is...
TC.
I still think this is in preparation for CA later, Camp Cavalry Archers, and it might
sure.
have been an adapted FC attempt. And he's like, oh no, okay, I have to stay feudal now.
No,
Just
from
dropping
Lynx, I'm saying the range.
Going archers now. We are running into some spears. We're choosing to use the mobility, attack from the back.
It's gonna be scout skirms.
I don't mind that too much. Like if
No,
we pressure this
Yeah,
green
yeah.
oasis here in the middle, that's critical to how to approach this game for Lynx here. Lynx already walling towards the left, like being completely safe and comfortable now.
And resources collected, a bit surprisingly very much higher for Lynx.
I mean,
Way,
we did
way
cause a
higher.
lot of idle time. Coyote spent a lot of time walling as well.
Yeah.
Did lose a villager, so
Yeah,
Kind of a rough
we've
start.
simply had the. Yeah, on this map, I actually don't like the nine tail wheels up for Coyote, because on this map either you go for
I think this is still
for
open,
feudal
by
as
the
fast
way.
as possible for
I think this is
aggression.
still open, yes, and Lynx
Oh,
is,
it's still open. Let's go. I mean, he's not
Lynx
gonna
is
thank
jumping. Do we
Oh,
capitalize?
you go for
Oh,
it,
we have
Steve.
to rush down that tower. Oh, we touched it. We cannot sell the stone anymore. We touched it. That's 2 stone gone. We can no longer sell the stone. This is brutal.
Megafish is one to sell the stone. Okay, he's gonna go for a tower on the Lambercom, and it's true that it's the only wood line of Coyote. So good spot here for Lynx, like the aggression, the initiative. We're still behind in the food in the back, but we do have 14 on food. So the castle age timing, I'm already thinking about the castle age timing. Well, second mill on this same pound for Lynx? I don't like that. That's too many mills. But okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's fine before all the inefficiency is going to happen. We are going to try to break in here, which we don't have any army in place to really defend this. We have to re-wall this at some point.
Look at that. Coyote was trying to go for counter-attack, but the walls
Fully
there shouldn't
walled
be
already.
holes. Yeah,
Crazy.
there shouldn't be holes. And we're putting those, it's only skirmishes, so like, you can still wall behind, but it's still pretty nice. Yeah, no hole
We
for the
did.
counter-attack.
Lynx picked up the armor for the skirms. That is
Yeah,
weird. I would have
whereas
expected
the-
fletching.
Coyote went for fletching.
I've-
Yeah. I don't know, I think I would have preferred fletching as well.
Especially
Instead
if you
of
want
the
to
50
pressure
gold.
this area, like the +1, not even necessarily the damage,
No.
but the +1 range would be
The gold
super
from
important.
Lynx. The gold from Lynx. We didn't finish building the mining camp. No. Well,
Oh, did we
whatever.
not?
The miners are working all the way.
Oh yeah, that could be very, very costly. We are still trying to break into this little area, which
And
makes a lot
to
of
be
sense.
fair, if we focusing, if we start focusing on the good palisade, we could really come in, because there's no counterplay basically from Coyote. Coyote has tried to go for counter attack, but the walls are simply too good. They are there, and and the pressure is still here and isn't contested. And we have 11 scouts.
And
for Lynx.
Coyote, if Coyote sells a little bit of wood, he can go up to Castle Age. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, I was watching the wrong person. Coyote doesn't have a market, my bad.
Yeah.
Lynx is going to click up very soon.
I'm just surprised that we decided to add so many scouts. We weren't finding value with the scouts for a long time, and we decided to add even
Oh,
more.
we're
instead
in,
of
we're
going
in, we're in,
faster.
we're in. We're in on the gold and on the shorefish.
I'm
On the
not
mill,
hearing
and this
you.
is disaster. This is disaster.
Oh yeah, we're
This is
finally.
an absolute disaster now. Like, we have nothing. We cannot go to any resources on the map.
We need a market. We need Castle Age, I think, for Coyote.
Like, he won't have anything in Castle Age.
Yeah,
This entire
rushing
area
the
was the
market.
target right from the get-go. Like, Lynx saw this base that Coyote set up for himself, and Lynx was like, nope. You are not going to get that area of the map. Very clever approach. Castle Age.
Also, like we forced the tower on the wood line, meaning that we didn't have enough stun for another tower in this haven.
Lynx is going to
So,
wall
and
half of the
we
map,
just
by the way.
we're just going back, save up. We're up to Castle Age even faster than the opponent, which is crazy good
Against Huns
considering
especially,
all
yeah.
the investment you've made in Feudal Age, and you're gonna have so many units to upgrade. It's gonna be great for Lynx, and Lynx is in full driving position, no counter attack, nothing going on for Coyote.
What I don't like is he abandoned this position. He should have maybe camped that a little bit more. I don't know, but he's trying to take out the market now, which.
Yeah. No, this is a very biscuits move, and I mean, in principle, you really want to save up your units. Or you know, he's just playing safe with his units. He's trying to mass up instead of just using them before they get their upgrades. This is very biscuits-like, so I'm even more thinking that it's biscuits now. But I do agree that he could have kept on like denying the gold, and Coyote hunts without gold. You cannot go for the
there's
Carvatos,
one problem. There's one problem.
We only have one range anyway. What is the plan for Coyote? I have no idea.
I don't know. I think this is not the start that he would have wanted. That's not the start that he was playing for. This is terrible for him.
And again, I think that Soul coming back up, coming back from the build, going up kind of late on this map. 19 vills up, too late for a fast fuel. Also, you will be on the defensive, but too slow for a fast castle.
Yeah, 100%. The problem for Coyote, no matter
I'm not
where he is on the map, he has
almost not at all.
He has a target on his back every single like. There's a siege workshop coming. The market is going to go down. You can always go towards the top with the 3+2 and right there. Like it doesn't matter where he is on the map. It's never going to feel comfortable.
Okay, I think we're gonna try to get back onto the gold of Coyote. No, we are not. And also the eco upgrades. No double BTX for Coyote. Soon to be wheelbarrow with double BTX for Lynx. We're diving under the TC. we denied the siege workshop. That's somewhat important, but I mean any siege can be sniped at this point. And we have a siege workshop from Lynx himself. Apparently also the stream has issues with your mic. I'm not hearing you.
No, I'm not talking. It's all okay. I'm trying to.
I cannot understand what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
Very slightly.
Little bit. How about now?
Okay, it's coming back on the way, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's try it like this. I will try to restart everything. I still don't know what this issue is, but oh shit. Okay.
Pikeman. Again, we're seeing Coyote with the Pikeman defense. We already saw that on this Desert Void game, I think. Yeah, against Dino.
Yeah.
So Coyote not afraid to go for the Pikeman upgrade, which is usually like, you know, you rarely see it early in Castle Age.
Yeah, but if you're Huns, you don't want pikes usually.
I mean, if you're Huns, you want the initiative, but we've never had the initiative in this game. Never had.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Like, if I play, I'm a Huns lover, I really enjoy playing them, but if I have to go Pikeman in Castle Age, it does, like, something's gone wrong. Usually.
Except if you're gonna go for the pike run push, which can happen. But
yeah, but then you shouldn't play Huns in the first place. I think Huns always want to play, like, with a lot of mobility units, like Cavalry Archers, Knights. Like, if you have to go, especially on bad wins, like, if you're forced into pikes, it just really hurts.
Yeah, again,
that's not the best trades. The Knights are getting
good, but we're snowballing anyway. I think Biscuits is, yeah, it's not the best trade.
Holy crap! That was 2 APM off from being even in APM with Coyote. Holy crap. That is insane. Okay, GG. That was the first game.
First game going for Lynx, supposedly Biscuits against Megafish, so
that very good start of very good, yes.
And I think slightly more experience on Bedouins and very good Civ choice and use in the end. Like we were talking about Vietnamese, why no Vietnamese at the start of the game, but Magyars, really solid.
Yeah, this was really a dominant display, and I really liked the strategic decision making. Like he saw that Coyote was creating a very narrow space for himself with the mill and the gold, and he was seeing the short walls. And he knew his target. As soon as he saw that, he knew what his target was in that game. And he just fully capitalized on it. And, yeah.
And I think for Coyote, I mean, we the walling again. So the build I think put us on the defensive, but that's still all right. I also think the walling choice is debatable because we started with those kind of short but a bit long walls still. I would have
Yeah.
preferred some very small walls around the gold, around the shellfish.
Yes.
And then you wait for the army to defend, to scare away the scouts, and then you expand your walls. You take bigger walls. I think with bigger walls, Coyote has way less problems, and he actually had a pretty nice map to almost fully wall. Yeah, I think that could have
That's
been a
kind of
way.
true, yeah. I would agree with that assessment. Also, how do I put this? I think the TC spot didn't help, that the TCs were that close, because Huns need a little bit of time to get going. Yes, they have the horse, and they have great economy, especially transitioning into Castle Age, but being this close opens up a lot of pressure for the Magyar Feudal Age to kick in. And Huns usually, they don't really have that big of an economy bonus early game, and yeah, Lynx just didn't let them get to where they wanted to be in that case.
Yeah, Coyote didn't have room to breathe in this one,
Yes.
and that's props to Lynx for playing the map very well.
So, if you're Coyote, what are you gonna do?
So
We
back
didn't
to the
see much
drafting
of Boulder
board.
Forest. I wouldn't mind to go there.
We've seen it. So, I mean, no, twice and half, I would say. The half part was the on Viper game.
Scarab versus Viper, yes.
If I'm not, then we saw Nendo against the CCN player. I don't remember the name at the moment.
Yeah, but
And
Ostrich, it was Ostrich. And
Ostrich.
Hedgehog versus Ostrich, yes. And
And
so
then
we saw.
Coyote against Dino. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that wasn't a game. Come on, like that was
Oh
just
yeah.
Hans.
I mean,
Hans on that map, like nah, that's not
that
a thing. Nah, it's
that was a Dino game. That was a Dino
just.
game.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay, but
I'm looking forward to an actual like feudal age aggression game on that map, which isn't Hans and which isn't immediate resign. Like just a proper game. Okay, I'm dissing the players too much at
yeah.
this point.
And
So
Civ-wise,
yeah,
yeah, we just lost. I mean, we won with Magyars the last pick,
yes,
right?
against the last pick though, yeah. So
Against the last pick, but Hunts are kind of a top pick on Bedouin, so
so
I think it's kind of Civ. When it's true that Civ, like in terms of priority in the drafts, it doesn't hurt as much.
what do we
But now for
play?
Boulder Forest,
What do we play on Boulder though? Because I'm pretty sure that Goss is for Dry River. Although we have the Wu in
no,
there.
we have the Wu.
We do have the Wu, so I think Wu or Goths for Boulder and Dry River. I'm pretty sure the question is in which order or like where do we play what.
Wait, what about Goth with the bonus against buildings for the men at arms on Danakil? Just like the Slavs game from yesterday, where the Slavs used the free arson. That could be a thing as well.
Could be a
But
good
I
strategy,
do
can
agree.
see
I
that.
think the Mongols and Goth, are two kind of questioning civilizations. Not bad, but it's just a bit weird, I would say. And I'm thinking, indeed, Mongols here. No, yeah, I'm thinking Mongols on Boulder Forest, actually.
Let's go. Welcome back after a fairly dominant game won by Lynx on Bedouins. We are going into... I went backwards. Can you please pause? It happened again.
Let's go.
Where are you?
At 21 seconds.
Okay, you're at 21. Okay. Alright.
I'm loving
This is the button. Okay, so
this is great.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, welcome back. After a fairly dominant game won by Lynx, we are going to go on to Boulder Forest for game 2 in the Secret Desert Cup, and this is a generation of Boulder Forest that will be very, very aggressive if I've ever seen one. This is very close, the choke point is very big. The right part of the map will mostly not matter. I mean, there's a little bit of like space to expand to in those little pockets. We did change color for Coyote. I think this is the first game where I'm not seeing him play green.
I wanted to point that out. I think I do think it's the first time in the tournament that we're not seeing green from Coyote.
Exactly, yes. Maybe after this loss, he might feel like switching things up a little bit, which, why not? You can do that. The matchup is Malians versus Wu. That's two civilizations that are very aggressive usually towards the early stages of the game. So this game has all the potential to be very aggressive and explosive. What do you think?
I do love the Mayans, my favorite civilization. Of course, you can do so many things with them, but I do think on this map, either with the snake or not, we're gonna see some Mayan Manatons, and they're gonna be harder to deal with than usual because they do have the extra pierce armor. So if you're gonna go for archers again to clean them, well, you're gonna have to work a bit more than usual.
I
Well,
like the
for the
lumber
Wu,
camp. I like the lumber camp Lynx is going
yeah,
for.
the
That
number
looks like
camp
a
is
really, really
pretty
good
neat,
lumber camp.
and
I know
not
that you like
forward.
to. I know that you like to emphasize on those things. So I was like, yeah,
Yes,
I like the lumber camp a lot. What I also like
nice, good.
is, yeah, Coyote is just in classical Megafish fashion, pushing the deer. He is going for the 4th villager on the wood now, which is something that nowadays you don't really see too much anymore. The thing with the Wu is, of course, if you build a barracks early, you get the I think it's 65 food at this point. So that might be the reason why we go
50?
to food. I think it's
55.
65.
Yeah,
55? Okay. But
55. I think
still that's
55
even
gold.
more than an entire villager, so that might be the reason for the adaptation for the build. You want the
I
early
think so.
barracks in order to get that free food to click up very early anyway. What I like is this lion just guarding that relic. That just looks like... This just looks nice. This is kind of unfair
It
towards
looks like
Coyote,
a
but...
Monty Python scenario
Yes,
with
yes,
the
yes,
lion.
yes, yes. 100%.
And imagine if it starts one-shotting the opponent, the units.
Oh, nice. That's a good reference. The relic
Well,
isn't really
Lynx has
generated.
started to
Sorry. Yeah.
pushing the deals only now, which is a bit late. And by the way, Coyote, once again, it's not the first time I'm seeing that from Coyote. It was actually very greedy with the scouting, so scouted a lot with the ship and got the extra ship forward very late because he was prioritizing luring in the deers. And Lynx, well, Lynx in the semifinals had the time to had the previous games from Coyote. So I think Lynx could have studied that, could have noticed this greedy pattern from Coyote and sent
Yeah.
the scout forward. With the scout forward, you would have blamed the sheep for Coyote.
Yeah,
which can
the sheep can spawn very far away on this map. So if that's intentional, then that's very good adaptation on Lynx's
Wow.
part. Both players are going for the barracks.
Yeah, but there's one player going for well better positioned barracks. Well, what is this,
I
this
do
barrack
think.
placement?
I do
What are these
think.
building placements?
I do
from
think.
Lynx?
Okay, hear me out. I think Lynx anticipates the matchup, and he wants to play defensive anyway. So I think putting this barracks there just to defend or maybe match the man-at-arms that are going to be coming out, like using it as a wall, like kind of walling off the wood line. I don't totally hate it. Like in theory, you should place it forward, yes, but I don't mind
Yeah.
it too much. Especially
but
if we see a defensive approach. We are going to click the feudal, and we are going to start creating militia. I would expect the same thing to happen on the side of the Wu player here.
Yeah, very clean build from both players here.
Yes.
So nothing to say about it. And we did have the time to push in all of the deals for Lynx, so I don't mind that. But you were raising a very good point. Actually, Lynx, to secure the wood line, could have great walls. Well, he's gonna go for... Oh, okay. He didn't have the scouting, so he's gonna wall towards the edge, which is mostly fine. He could even have walled towards the rocks on the west, right? It could have been a
Oh,
great
we have to
wall.
be careful not to lose the scout. These are better TCs. Still useless, but better on
It
paper.
happens.
2 on gold pretty late for Coyote here. Usually you should be on gold very, very quickly after clicking. This will maybe delay him by a couple of seconds, which in a matchup like
Which could
this
matter.
can make all the
Manatams
difference.
versus Manatams, the one
Yes.
getting the upgrade faster.
And
It's very
this
important.
is a... Yeah, but I think it's not going to matter because this is a very, very either slow and or defensive militia approach. We are adding a 4th one, maybe anticipating the clash in the middle. Oh, I wouldn't mind that actually, to just surprise your
good.
opponent with the numbers. Because you're expecting 3, if you go
Yeah.
for 1 more, that completely turns up, that completely wins the fight for you.
No, it's a
Potentially.
good. It's a very good good shot, and we still have the,
Oh, we're scouting this.
resources
This-
for the upgrade. So, and with
Oh, this
scouting
is
the
great.
Manatams, we keeping track. We should be able to take
This
a
is
better
great.
fight.
This is
I love
so
that.
good from Lynx, and we're going to
Yeah.
bait and maybe block a little bit with the scout. Yes, we are pulling towards the left. Oh, and we are realizing.
dancing.
Oh, yes, okay.
Okay, the scout is trying to.
Oh.
No, this is a waste of a scout now for Coyote.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
both are pretty low. We did take a lot of
Come on,
damage.
but why aren't we going forward with the 4 Manatams? We have the upper hand,
not
and
quite
we should know
sure.
that we have.
Oh, This is...
I think we're losing our timing. Like the opponent is gonna have scums already. Oh no, not Coyote with scums again.
Okay,
Not
like,
again.
I don't like those early... I mean, it's a habit, right? It just feels natural to follow up
Yeah.
with skirmishers. But if Lynx decides to play, like, a little more heavily into the infantry, then those skirmishers aren't really the greatest investment.
Especially against Malians.
Yes, against Malians, those skirmishers, even with fletching, they won't really do anything, so...
Yeah.
Like
Exactly. At some point, I'm expecting a fletching from the on the scums, and
Yes.
it's not gonna do anything to the. But look at that, we're playing defensively. Like I really think that Lynx had the better build, although he had to skip double B-tax. He hasn't had the resources. I don't think it's forgetting, or maybe he did forget.
Okay,
but
just
he
purely
didn't have the resources
Civ-wise,
anyway.
purely
And I
Civ-wise,
don't mind that.
purely Civ-wise, I don't mind defending for Lynx. I think his civilization, if you can survive like feudal and early castle age, I think Malians aren't a better civilization. If you manage to. That's I'm not quite sure. You might have different takes. I'm not that big of an expert on the Wu, but if their timings with the
The berries, that might be.
But we
with
do
my
have...
microwave bank. Oh no!
Oh, this is looking rough in terms of micro. We might
What
have just
happened?
completely lost the
I'm
fight
not sure
here.
what happened. The micro looked
Rough to say the least. We have to fight this with villagers. That's exactly what we wouldn't want to see on this map. This is a lot of chaos now.
damn. Somehow the Wu men at arm felt better than the opponent's men at arm in this fight. They do regenerate, but not that much that it matters.
I mean, it should be enough to win the 1v1. But the Malian men at arms don't really. I mean, in a melee fight, the Malian men at arms don't really have any bonuses.
No,
it's
they
just
don't.
like, yeah. It's just the range. And we do have a man at arm in the town center. Maybe we haven't realized this. Maybe we accidentally
For
garrisoned
healing,
this.
I think. There
is
was
it
a weak
healing?
man at arm.
Oh, yeah, it might
he,
be healing,
He tried to
yeah.
send another one as well.
So we're
earlier.
kind of jealous of the Wu bonus. So we're like, I can heal my units too.
Yeah.
So just.
Alright, so we are going for the defensive approach, and you were talking. Look at that. We didn't forget about the double B-tax. Great recognition by Lynx to not forget about it forever. That can happen so easily and so often. Matchup-wise, I think Betos could be solid against Coyote. However, the Wu against the Wu, sorry, but the Wu can have the Heiguang cavalry. The Heiguang cavalry might be. Well, no, I guess the Beto are punching hard enough to punch through the armor, basically. Arson!
Oh, okay. Coyote is going.
Infantry for the Wu.
Coyote is basically saying, okay, I'm not going to be going Castle Age for a long time. We are picking up Horse Color after placing 8 farms. I don't really like that too much. But the rest is saying, okay, I'm going to win the game on the spot here. I don't think my opponent has enough army to deal with me now, and I'm going to punish him for it. Army-wise, he might be correct here. We do have fletching for Lynx already though, so that's going to make things a lot easier.
Yeah, fletching for both are in. We do have
villagers going
guns.
down, sniping a couple of archers. Still think Coyote.
Two villagers going down. I think that was a bit sloppy. I think we stayed a bit too long on the berries. We could have saved those villagers for sure. But it's still fine. Again, like we're just defending. The idle TC time is still pretty low for both players. And the macro is somewhat similar.
Actually, yeah.
And we have to remember that at this point, the Mayans have saved a lot of wood on those buildings. A lot of wood. It's a great eco bonus.
That is true, and while we are not
So
actively using
is
this
kind
man
of
at arms, we are diving. These 2 skirms can make a lot of difference in those fights. Like, you kind of have to permanently focus first the archers. And Lynx has the way better micro here. We lost a couple of very unnecessary units for Coyote here. That is surprising me. A lot.
And now we're I'm questioning the Arson. I mean, I think Arson was not a good click. I think you want to prioritize the Castle Age timing. And Arson is still a bit expensive, and especially when there are archers on the field for the opponent.
I'm not sure why we are picking up Town Watch. We might have been housed for a little bit there as well.
I'm losing you again on Discord.
Yeah, I think stream is still fine. I'm gonna restart Discord. I'm gonna be right back. I'm still gonna be casting, by the way. You don't have to pause.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, let's try and see. Alright, hello, can you hear me?
Back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let's see for how long, because I think I'm going to dip again. Oh, it appears I missed a couple of fights and both players are down to very low numbers of army again. Lynx has found his way up to Castle Age very early. Well, not very early, but before Coyote, which is one of the biggest strengths Coyote had in this tournament. Damn.
Against the berries, fighting a bit with the villagers, I don't mind that, but we have to fully produce skirmishes now. And it's post-patch, like, I mean, it's the new patch, right? So the skirmishes are longer to produce, which could hurt. So we will be, no, of course it's Biscuits. He does range in Feudal Age, and then he transitions into a stable on the way to Castle Age. That's
I do it the exact way. I'm always going to do it the other way.
I wanted to see 10 villages on stone. I wanted to see Betos. Again, I think Betos here could destroy in this
you're
matchup.
You're just a big fan of weird, unique units.
No, that's not weird. They're just great. They're just great.
I know they're super
Sotos would
strong.
have destroyed as well, but
no, I think actually like
classy.
against the Wu, I think having a cast first of all a castle in defense against the infantry. Okay, they have a lot of pierce armor, yeah, but the defensive castle and the infantry range attack is something that I would greatly appreciate against the how's it called?
Heiguang.
No, the infantry of like the
Oh, the Jan Swordsman. I don't
exactly.
think Coyote is gonna make Jan Swordsman.
No, I don't. I mean, usually they. No, he's not actually. That's true.
He's going for cavalry. So actually, the cavalry switch, second stable coming up, will be great for Mayans because Mayans do get the camels. Maybe we were expecting the opponent to switch onto Heiguang. I wasn't, but maybe I don't. Maybe Lynx is just a 5-head player and expected the.
And this is a double stable switch here. Interesting. We are going. Oh, I like the TC to the right, although that might be a bit of a target for a potential siege workshop. It's like
I wanted it to protect the gold, and it's gonna be second TC for the. Whoa! This TC from Coyote is not the best.
I mean,
well, we have
it's kind of like it's not terrible, but it's not good either. And we are streaming a couple of nights forward. I'm not sure. We did show our the stable to the opponent by this point, so we are looping around, leading to like an entire 12 villagers having to abandon that position. We are rushing up a monastery, which I like against a couple of night states. Always good value.
Heiguang and monks could be a thing.
Yes.
When did we scout the stables from the opponent for Lynx?
No, the forward stable. He saw the forward stable, I'm pretty sure. Might have to check that though. Wait, oops.
No, Lynx had seen the stables before the knights, so it.
No, I mean, shit. Oh, I can go in the other direction. I think Coyote saw Lynx's stable, not the other way. That's what I was referring to. The forward stable for Lynx. That's what Coyote. saw.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Lynx seeing Coyote's stables. When did he have?
Oh no! I was talking about Lynx's stable that was discovered.
Yeah, but
not Coyote's.
I am talking about Coyote's stable.
Yes, I'm very aware. We do see a couple of knights clashing with the Heiguang cavalry. Do we go camels now? Is the question. I don't like.
Camels are great. Camels are great against the Heiguang with the bonus damage.
Okay, the thing is, if we keep mixing, or as long as we have a couple of man-at-arms, it's still a feudal age unit, but if we have that, they are doing pretty well against camels usually. So this might be a tough composition to break from Coyote. I'm still not sure what the exact approach is. Just out booming probably with the better stuff.
We have a scorpion. I mean, it's biscuits. We're making a bit of everything. The 30C on stone. So the wood line though is almost expired. So we're gonna have a lot of villages on stone. For, Lynx.
We could definitely add a couple of swordsmen against the camels too. I completely forgot about those. So this is interesting. This is kind of.
Yeah, the scorpion. The scorpion is actually pretty nice here. The monastery and siege though is a bit heavy.
This looks so on edge for Lynx. This looks so dangerous. Like we're pushing in with a monk and a little bit more army. A lot more army actually.
I think it's fine. I still think it's fine because we're getting onto the better army. Coyote is getting onto the numbers, but the Lynx will have maybe the better economy, or we're getting the third TC up for
I'm not so
Coyote.
sure about the better
And
economy
we're gonna
because
have,
yeah, Coyote is going for this 30C. We have more army on the field. There's 2 monks on the field against in the cavalry mirror.
but there are monks for Lynx as well, and again we have the
Yes.
camels against the Hagwong. They won't do shit against.
Oh, we're diving on the monks.
camels.
If those camels survive, the camels might do very well here. We don't have any infantry, although with the mass that we
Yeah,
have.
a bit too early.
Yeah.
It was an early dive here. We still needed to wait a bit more under the TC. That might
That is
snowball now.
probably
We
true.
have way more army.
It just feels so on the edge. Like at any point, one of the players might
Very
lose the
close.
entire army.
I mean, the numbers are looking way better for Coyote, but again, I still believe in the unit composition for Lynx. So we're on the
Which
back
is-
foot for sure. But
The
and
problem
we might
is
get
we
onto
are defending permanently against 3 TCs. We already have less builds. The opponent is on more TCs. This
However,
can't keep up for Lynx. Like Lynx has to find a
the
solution to
late
push out.
game, the late game for Wu is kind of shit.
I mean, yes, I do agree. Long term, I think Malians are the better Sith, but right now, we have to find a way to push out. Like camels and monks might be the solution here. It could
I
very
think
well work.
if we just
Oh,
defend,
30 Cs up
especially
by the
now.
way. Same amount
Yeah,
of
30
TCs, yeah.
C,
This is-
yeah, 30 C again, 30 Cs. And if we're getting a defensive castle, or maybe if we manage to get a castle on the passage and then we stonewall the passage, something like that, then we buy the time we need to get onto the late game. And in late game, I mean, you can go for the Hagwon
Yeah,
for the Wu.
I think sacrificing, like, being
Oh.
like 6 or 7 villagers behind is fine, as long as you survive and get to that point. I would agree with that. However, if Coyote can come forward with a lot of army and place the forward castle, 2 gold spots will be immediately denied for Lynx, so that is something to keep in mind. Do we have a
But on
save
this
gold?
map-
Yes, we do here. Like,
Yeah, on this map you have a lot of extra resources, and I can't say that because I did cast a very long game on this map, and it's also Malian gold, so it's lasting
True.
longer, and this is a pretty nice bonus.
Wait, I
You-
don't
you
think
can't
it's
forget
Is it lasting longer? I think you just get more.
I mean, you have more.
Yeah, you have
out
more,
of,
exactly, yes.
normal. But
Oh,
meaning
this
that you can
is-
just have less.
This is very tense, and suddenly the monk numbers look very good for Lynx. And,
And
monks is
Biscuits
exactly the
is-
unit you want against this matchup. Like monks are always good against the Wu.
And Biscuits is very good with the monk micro. Like he's very good
Yeah,
with the
he's
monk
the leading.
micro.
That's a good move.
I've seen a great, I've seen in particular against Genoese, I think, or something like that in TCC2. He destroyed, I think, Genoese on Costa
Oh,
Arena
if
with the
this
monk
is the
micro. And
perfect,
castle,
this is the
This is
perfect
the castle I was
stabilization
talking
castle.
about.
Yes.
and then you stonewall.
It secures both golds. It's a forward position. I love this castle so much. I mean, it feels supernatural too.
Yeah, it's a great one. I'm just hoping that we're gonna complete it with some stone walls, especially in the north, to make sure that the opponent
Otter,
isn't-
why should
Oh,
it be more forward? You're not a civilization that has to push. At least not at this stage of the game. I don't think you have to put this more forward. I think this is fine.
Yeah. So eco-wise, Coyote is still a bit ahead, but only a bit ahead. I don't think it's enough. The military numbers are very close.
Yeah, he's only now catching up with Wheelbarrow. On the other hand, Bo5 was missing
Yeah,
for Lynx for a
Bo5.
long
So-
time.
It's mostly the same, right? The idle TC time very similar for both.
Otter, if you
Just
push
to-
this 3 or 4 tiles forward, you are on cracked terrain. I don't think you want that with your castle.
Why don't we have to push? Because we have the better units late game. We have the better late game.
We have the better late game stuff, and also
You're gonna have Tigui and Betos.
and you have bombard
do you deal with
cannons.
that?
You have bombard cannons, by the way.
don't talk about that. But yeah, we're gonna have bombard cannons, even hand cannoneers if we want, with the super fast. Oh, what are the cannons doing?
Yeah,
in the
I'm
map?
not
Okay.
sure. I even zoomed in on that because it looked so weird.
Exploration,
Traction traps, yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
guess.
No,
Both
no,
players clicking up to Imperial Age at exactly the same time here. That is interesting.
It's true that Malians do not have siege engineers, but armor for the Betos. I'm thinking because we have 11 on stone, so I think we're gonna fortify the middle position, try to get onto a nice army of Betos. We still have the 17 camels, there's some monks behind, and then University. we're thinking about the university to get the insta chemistry from the.
Yes, 100%. 80% faster researching is great in those situations. And I think with the Imperial Age timing, they are going to hit Imperial Age like roughly the same time. However, the unit that forces your opponent to take the fights will be out way earlier for the Malians, which is the chemistry into bombard cannons. So this is going to be rough for Coyote, I would think, soon.
Our army is scaling way better for Lynx, that's for sure. The camels and the betas are gonna be great against what, one archer, one longsword, one monk, two camels, impressing, and 5 feudal age scums.
I just sorry, Otter is just but you could push. Yeah, you could push. Otter is just the greatest pusher on the planet.
I mean, the
Oh,
opponent has
biscuits! That's biscuits. Outpost confirmed.
the outpost.
That's reasonable though.
It's true. We haven't seen a lot of outposts from Lynx overall in the tournament.
Fire archers. Look at this.
Oh no! I mean, it's true that archers can be, like, the ranged units can be very hard to deal with for Malians. However, the fire archers, I don't think they're that powerful. But we do have. Oh, we're lacking Thumbring.
I guess the fire archers are an anticipation for like siege units. Even I don't know. It's maybe like.
Oh, to put out the bombard cannons. Chemistry.
Or maybe to just have pressure on the castle before hitting Imperial Age.
Okay,
I'm not sure. I haven't really watched this unit a lot. I would think. I would think in like standoffs like this in Imperial Age, they can actually help a lot. But that's just a guess. I have no idea how good they actually are.
And here, anyway, there's this nice thing about the wood. They get their treads from the siege workshops, meaning that they can still produce some fire archers now.
We have 3 traction traps in the queue already. Second castle.
But they're super slow to produce as well. And they're super shit to destroy buildings, whereas this tread from the Malians is gonna be so much better. Again, no siege engineers. Long turn could be sad. And only 21. Whoa! I just noticed only 29 on food though. That could be harsh.
What's going to happen? Oh, we are picking up block printing, so we are planning. I mean, Malians have great monks, so we might play around the monks a little bit. The trebuchet lost the standoff versus the traction version. That is not great.
But we had betters. You come forward. You then submit around the castle. No, okay. There's ballistic, and all you wait for BBC.
The thing is, the score is very much in favor for Coyote, and so is the population actually. Like, we've been looking at this as if Coyote was on the back foot. Maybe maybe that's not the case. Maybe Coyote is going to come in here with a very strong push. We are going for redemption to convert the traction trebuchets. I would assume.
Okay, we do have masonry. I do like that.
Yeah.
And we do have bombard cannons out. So this is the timing we're talking about.
Game defining moment. We are taking the fight.
The fight's a bit under the castle, but that's fine. The battles behind are gonna deal a lot of damage.
Oh, we dove in order for the monks to create the space for the monks to go forward and pick up the trap. Do we realize this?
Let's go! Oh, that's epic.
That's 2 traction traps converted, and the camels lost the fights here. But that's fine, that's honestly fine.
Oh, we do have the +2. Oh yeah, we do get +2 for free on the Hagron cavalry in Imperial Age, which is
true. That is crazy. And we are. Oh, this is a little bit out of position here. We are going to lose a bombard cannon. That's a little bit sloppy. The monks that tried to convert the fire archers are going to run into the range of the castle. There's a lonely gate at the front. The traction trebuchets are firing away, and there's so much happening in the one on the same spot on the screen as Red's castle is going to go down.
No conscription from neither of them. They are noobs. But the castle fell down, and the betters are
This
here.
is interesting.
Whoa!
Honestly, I understand the GG.
No, okay. I do believe that Lynx did hit the timing. I mean, at least I was talking about, and I think he was about to snowball that. So I think Lynx was winning. However, this is still an early GG. You can still fight.
This is fast and early. But I do sort of understand where he's coming from. Like, he's not dead, but...
And now you're down 2 games.
That's true.
I still think you can still try out stuff. So was the castle that important?
I don't think it was, because you don't need it for traps. Like, the castle didn't
Yeah,
really solidify your position
and
anyway. You
you're
did
gonna
have.
lose the sword position.
I think he realized that he's losing the position, and his civilization just probably loses long term anyway.
Um,
I
I
do.
also want to point out that behind that, Lynx did fix his farmico. He was back to 44,
Yeah,
so
this is a great.
that's very well done.
This is a high elo player economy
Yeah,
in late
yeah,
game.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
especially when I watch higher elo players, the one thing that sets them apart from watching like 14 to 1500s is how crazy they expand their economy and
Yeah,
like
and then
place farms everywhere.
look to
Hmm.
the west in Lynx base. High
Oh,
low economy.
that's okay. That's one spot of shy fish. Well,
Oh,
that's
and
the
two
first
relics as well
time.
for Lynx. Two relics as well for Lynx.
That is true, yeah. Coyote didn't really pick his up. He could have had one relic here. The second one is fairly easy to grab too. Yeah, he
I mean,
didn't
the
really
lion
touch
was
his
no.
relics.
We did clear the lion and we didn't pay attention to that. No way.
Wait, what
Ah, too
happened to
bad.
the? Oh yeah, because we had to. Because
I don't
we
know.
wanted.
Dang.
He probably thought that. Wait, let me check POV here. Let's check.
Well, I went back in time a bit, like 30 seconds back.
Yeah,
We were floating 2k food.
and
You
then we
don't
put.
resign with 2k food. 2k food.
No, I think it was like losing this position and
Mm,
realizing that the civilization
for
matchup
sure.
is just. He just didn't
I
feel
mean,
comfortable playing this out in the
mm,
civilization matchup. I think. Hmm.
I'm still.
Like, I'm
But
with
yeah,
you. He's not dead.
yeah,
He could have played.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I
No,
do.
but okay,
I
okay.
understand the thought. Let's put it that way. Like, I don't
Mm.
necessarily agree with it, but I understand. That's my stand. No,
You
that's my.
yeah. So in the end, Lynx actually like doing a very nice setup into the early imp push that we were talking about, and that was, in my opinion, the win condition for Mayans. Maybe late game wouldn't have been great for Mayans, but like this early imp is very good for them. He went for the block printing redemption monks against the traction trebuchets. I don't
Yeah.
have experience playing against the traction trebuchets, not enough. But he
Hmm.
went for the monk approach instead of the BBC. I thought that, like, I don't know, 4 BBCs would counter the traction trebuchets, and then behind that you can keep on pushing. But maybe the monks are better. I don't know.
And the problem
That
is,
that
our
choice
only real
was
army for
interesting.
red on the field, and this I'm going to jump back to the
Yeah.
game quickly again. Okay, let's transition here. Our only real unit on the field is 4 traction trebuchets with a defensive
Mm.
unit with pike,
Yeah.
with helps. We don't have
Yeah.
anything to push with. We see a bunch of monks with redemption in the front. This is not a great
Mm.
position to play, honestly. Like, I understand why I noped out of this.
Yeah. That's also another point. That's a very good point, and that's another aspect in which like Lynx outplayed the opponent in the late game setup.
Yeah, 100%.
Lynx was spending all of his resources. Like his resources were pretty low for late game, and also he already had the light cap switch. He had hand cannoniers on the way. He had everything he needed. He was still setting up his late game always, whereas the opponent, well, was floating a lot of food, didn't have the light cavalry switch, or maybe hard bodies or this kind of stuff. Maybe he had the hard bodies actually, but it was a bit slower overall to set up.
Yeah.
So I think Lynx won with just a better late game here and won on the opponent's home map.
Yeah, I think we see a little bit of a clash of styles in this matchup. Like, Coyote is very much the like standard meta macro player who just has very solid like builds as you know them, and
Mm.
Lynx is more of a strategic player.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
he puts a little bit more thought into what he's doing. Like, he like kind of plays around all the option he has available. Like, going redemption monks in this matchup, that's not something that everyone in this tournament can come up with. To turn that game
yeah.
around with redemption monks, that's just something that shows that Lynx is a very versatile player who does
He-
like to play dynamically, so to speak. Like, he just doesn't. He's not as streamlined as many other people.
No, he's not. He's very thoughtful.
Yeah, that's the word. That's a great word for it,
Mm.
actually.
Mhm.
So Coyote is on the brink of elimination here. Not
And losing with the first
something.
pick as well. Wu
Yeah,
was the
true.
first
Wu is a
pick.
very solid civilization. Usually they're always banned, so it's rare that you get to see them played, actually.
Yeah. Especially when there's Dry River as well. Meaning that we will have to play Goth on Dry River against Roman.
Yeah, that is true. That is 100%
Wow.
true. We do have to pull it back now. We have to win 3 games against someone who has not lost a game yet.
And
That is
and
such an
also
uphill
like
battle.
we clearly lost the late game. And if we want to win the set now, we will have to take the opponent on Danakill. I mean, Danakill is kind of
And
aggressive,
Shattered
but on
Plains.
Shattered Plains, on this kind of play we just saw, and in which Lynx clearly outplayed Coyote.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we're gonna have on Shattered Plains. Except if you're making something happen with some stuff we saw, just like Nendo did with the castle drop of this kind of stuff.
Honestly, I'm so impressed with how Lynx is playing. I'm a little bit speechless. Like the way the thoughtfulness that you mentioned, like the awareness of at what like what's the actual state of the game. Like his awareness and what he needs to do is so crazy. And it
That was
seems
very
so
good.
calm and so calculated and so prepared as well. It's
And
blowing my mind a little bit. He has yet to lose a single game.
yeah, that's the kind of vibe Biscuits is
Yes.
giving away when I'm casting him. And also, I did mention that I think maybe last week, something like that. Biscuits is also someone to prepare, and I
Yes.
think here the late game setup I think was like he managed to set up his late game so well because he had trained on this map, and he had played multiple times this situation when you have to set up an early imp push, this kind of stuff. So I think it was also
Yeah.
preparation on this one.
That is 100% true. If there's any map, Coyote could pull it back now. It is his last remaining home map. It is going to be Dry River, I would suppose. Like,
Let me jump into the
yes.
and I'm gonna tell
Actually, let
you
me
the
load it
map.
up. I mean, it is Dry River, yes, and this is a very
No,
interesting matchup. Did we see this matchup already? I'm not
don't
sure.
tell me
Romans
John
we've
is
seen. Have we seen
no, okay.
Gauss on this map yet? I don't think so. Maybe I'm misremembering. I'm going to go
I think
over into the casting scene.
okay. I'm already at 5 seconds, by the way.
Alright, three,
Um,
two, one, let's go. We are back, and with game 3 of the semi-final, we are in a position that I did not expect. After 2 very interesting first games, Coyote, which was supposed to be the highest elo player when this tournament started, has his back against the wall now. He's on the brink of getting eliminated here against a very, very strong Lynx, and this is the map where he's going to try to claw his way back into the series. How is he going to do it on this map in this matchup?
well, firstly, maybe by Lynx. No, okay. Lynx Scout is turning back to find the elephants. I was a bit concerned that Lynx would miss the elephants from one tile, but it's gonna be fine. But yeah, the matchup. You're gonna play on a very Manatam oriented map, a dry river, because there's a lot of shellfish. You can afford a lot of Manatams on it, so you just spam Manatams. Goth are very good at Manatam spamming, but Romans, with their very smooth economy, the 5% bonus on the villagers is absolutely great, especially on shellfish. And then they can get into way better Manatams once they have the armor in, because it's gonna count double. You're gonna have double the melee armor, meaning
Yeah,
that you
the, the,
will
the armor of
destroy.
Roman men at arms, we've seen this on display time and time again in this tournament on this map. I think
It's
Romans
crazy
are
good.
still unbeaten on this map with their men at
Yeah, and they
arms. Yeah.
played at least twice.
I think thrice actually.
Against Japanese.
I think we have the Roman 3 times. They beat. No, actually, no. It's only 2 times, but they beat Japanese both times, if I remember correctly. So very,
Yeah,
very
and Japanese are
dominant.
so scary. Yeah,
Yes, like Japanese is not a bad man at arms civ. 2 things I want to
that's
touch
the
on
best.
quickly. Lynx is such a good player that I have to really find, like, I have to fish for stuff to nag about. I would prefer the lumber camp of Lynx to be on the left side of the woodline. That would be a little bit more effective. Like sort of behind the woodline. I'm not sure if you agree. It just visually it looks a little less
Oh, visually, okay,
efficient.
of course. Yeah.
And we do have a great mill spot here available for Lynx. There's like 4
Yeah, I
lakes,
hope you're gonna go for this
6
one.
deer.
Yeah.
If we don't mill there, like where else are we going to put it, right? Like it's crazy.
And but on the other side, Coyote will also have a very nice spot between the 3 ponds. I'm thinking, no deals nearby. But to be fair, you're just meaning the villagers from Lynx. 5 villagers coming forward for the shellfish already for Lynx.
Yeah.
Whereas and 4 for Coyote at the moment. So pretty similar build. one is damaged. One villager is damaged from Coyote. Okay, we're getting the insta loom. And thus, so with Goth, I don't know. I feel like so the Roman man should go for the barracks into very early blacksmith.
And Lynx
To
once
counter that.
again always he knows what he's supposed to be scouting for.
Yeah.
Like Lynx, like that's the next point. Like Lynx is always getting exactly the information he needs, not by luck, but he just knows what to scout for and when he should be scouting for it. It's just
Did
great.
he see that actually?
He saw the villagers moving out. Yes.
You saw the
he did.
villagers? Okay.
He
Okay.
saw the
so
villagers.
knows.
He attacked one of them even. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And this mill, I'm so jealous with this mill spot here. I wish I could play that map and get a spot like this. Oh, that scout was close.
Yeah,
to
it
running
was
into
sitting
the
under the
TC.
TC, but no reaction.
Yeah, this
Okay,
time
scout
from the
bit-
other player, a little bit of a scout
Then-
clash, just a little doink on the nose, and then we keep going our ways.
Okay, and looking at the resources, we have the wood for barrack already for both.
I mean, this is just as standard of a dry river game as you can get. Like both players going forward
It's not
mill,
going
forward
good for
barracks.
Lynx. Come on, Lynx, you have the food.
Lynx is going for the loom now.
Oh
and
no, not the.
We could have cancelled
Oh.
this for a better timing.
What
But
is this?
Coyote is, and that's the thing about Goth, which is a little weird. You research Loom instantly, but you have to create more villagers, which sometimes delays your uptime. That's something that
Yeah.
happened to me a lot when I
A bit
tried
of
to
lag
pick
this
them up.
time.
But both have now clicked. Lynx still a
very
little bit
similar.
earlier.
Okay, so one thing we can discuss about forward barrack, like near the shellfish for Coyote against
What?
backwards barracks.
I don't like the problem is, especially with how snowbally this map is, I think you would always want your military production buildings to be in close proximity towards this forward mill. You really want your
I think so.
reinforcements close, I think.
I think so, and I think we might get pushed away from the. I mean, if it's militia against militia,
Okay, the
but
barracks.
what I would love to see from the Goth would be a second barracks.
Oh yes, 100%. That's a great shout. In total, Green's barracks is even a little bit closer to that mill than Blue's barracks is.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, we both will probably take the same time to get there, so it's kind of fine. But I would definitely prefer it on the mill.
Are at home. Why do you have militia at home?
That's something he
for
did.
Lynx.
He did that in the first and in the second game too. Like he just massed a couple of militia at home. We're
The
now
militia
moving
from
out.
Coyote could already been on the villages, and they're not walled in.
Oh, you meant Coyote? Okay, okay. I thought you
yeah.
meant Lynx's.
I mean, for both. I mean, I think Lynx needed to have the men-at-arms by the villages, but Coyote actually kind of delayed the attack. It's 3 against 4 though.
We could fight this off with Wills too. We are having reinforcements.
But we're gonna try to wait for the blacksmith. Blacksmith is up already.
Yeah, and on the other side, Coyote should try to look the fight immediately upon men-at-arms kicking in, because as we want to fight as long as the armor isn't in. So he is trying to fight now, as long as the armor hasn't kicked in yet.
Yeah, no. But the armor is gonna be in, and now the Roman men-at-arms are dominating. But
yes, how do you win against this? It feels...
What the hell?
How do you win against? How do you win against those Roman men-at-arms? I really don't know.
They're gonna destroy here. I think we're not realizing.
Yeah, we haven't clicked. We didn't check the armor. We do have more units, so that kind of helps out. Yeah, but this fight looks better than I would have anticipated, but still a lot more units went down for Green because he had more simply. So
yeah. And we're on, but the production behind has been better for Coyote. Yeah, I think we've been. Yeah, the barracks hasn't been what. Yeah, the barracks hasn't been producing for a long time. I think you even idle your TC. Like
the fight looked even,
on.
but that's just because Coyote had more units, and we are sending more villagers forward. We want to capitalize on the fish. Even more forward mill now. That is a little bit risky.
But it's fine. And now the opponent has skirmishes, but the skirmishes are not.
We have to be careful. We have to be careful. We do have good units, but if our opponent has more army, that doesn't really matter.
Oh no, that's bad though. Yeah, we fell behind in the Menatam production for the Roman. I'm a
Not
bit
just
surprised.
men-at-arms, the men-at-arms skirm, like, this
You need
is
to spam
dangerous.
it. Well, first the Coyote for Coyote.
And
I'm very
imagine,
surprised.
imagine if your units didn't have to come from the other edge of the map,
Yeah, as
basically,
well.
with this, like,
This
if
is
you
true,
have the barracks here in
reinforcements.
close proximity, you don't have these problems. And now the villagers are fighting against men-at-arms, while we don't really have men-at-arms in position ourselves. This
And as
is...
Romans, we're going for the archers against the men-at-arms, but you have better men-at-arms.
You might
my-
be panicking a
And
little
with
bit. Like,
Oh, and look at the result. Okay, the macro is off as well. One Manatam is healing.
what is happening?
again.
Now the villagers fighting, we're dying. Oh, these farms could
I
be
just
sniped.
think
These farms could be sniped by Coyote with the skirmisher.
19 to 28 villages.
Are we
I
sniping the
think-
farms? We're not sniping the farms. No, we're not paying attention. And now we are kind of pushing back, but we had to abandon the mill position for a long time. This is a lot of damage for Coyote.
Yeah. No, the bell, not the bell. Who has a hotkey for the bell?
Coyote killed 7 villagers.
Yeah, he did.
This is-
I mean,
This is close to
Lynx sent a
over in
lot
terms of
villagers
villain
forward.
numbers. Look at this.
It should be over. I think Lynx is now trying to. I don't know. Maybe he has the great mana times, but I think Coyote will have the production and the army number to defend that now. And
Yeah,
I just
honestly,
think
I'm so surprised by this
yeah.
defensive building placement. It's playing such a big part in this game.
I fully agree, and also the macro imbalance as well for Lynx. Lynx had a lot of villages on the wood when you're going for mainly food units,
Fletching is
so that was a problem as well. And also adding the second range instead of farms or a second barracks feels a bit weird to me. I think you want to go for double second barracks into range maybe if you need at some point. But now Coyote, not playing greedy, he's placing down the tower. He should be protected well enough to just snowball this eco advantage, even taking the armor for the men-at-arms.
Yeah, probably. And with a 13 villager lead in feudal age, especially against Romans, like these villagers are. That's all vills plus 5% that you are denying, so it's even more value in that regard. You need to find some sort of compensation as Lynx here.
I think in this situation, firstly you have to realize how far behind you are.
Yes.
Sometimes it's hard to realize. And if you realize, you try to send, I don't know, maybe 2 Roman men-at-arms sneakily into the wood line of the opponent. That can find a lot of damage, especially if you.
Yeah, but
if
that's
you're
super
focused on the
risky.
front.
Like, I understand the idea, but
Sure.
you have to get creative when you're behind, right? Like,
True.
if you're behind, so you have to try something.
And
But
also Lynx
every
still
army
has the
you
200
send to
stone.
the opponent's base, you don't have here in this critical area.
That's why I'm talking about the stone. We saw the opponent place down a tower, but like we still have 200 stone, useless, sitting in the bank. This is not a castle age game, so I think we have the market to sell the stone, or we place down a tower.
Oh, big fight happening. Let's see, this fight might as well decide the outcome of the game. And it looks like Coyote is smashing. The front line is completely gone,
Yeah.
even though it's
The
Roman
Arthur
men-at-arms.
Now
Yeah,
the
and I
Arthur mass
think-
is getting big enough.
Yeah, and Coyote is about to pick up his first win of the game potentially, of the set potentially.
I think so, yeah.
At least
should.
it's looking very good. I don't think this is a throwable position, if that's a word. I'm not sure.
And this is still throwable, but
It is, if you just send your army there and just lose it to the TC. We have nothing to defend this. I mean, we have a little bit of an archer army, and the
there's
army
still a
of...
hole between the houses anyway. Yeah, okay, it's gonna find so much damage,
Oh,
and the men-at-arms are here.
yeah, we have a
Yeah,
front
we're still
line.
winning this fight.
The problem is we have... Oh, Fletching only now coming in for Lynx. Now we can try to take the fight a little bit, but these are just way too many men-at-arms. The archers are going down though. Very great job from Lynx to thin those
Yeah.
out.
I think we could have focused on the villagers a bit more. Just take your 5 villager kills, and then you fall back to your tower. You remass to your tower, and you kill the villagers. And
I mean, this looked good for Lynx. The problem is
Yeah,
Coyote has
the
the villager
resources.
lead. He is close to click up to Castle Age. Lynx is nowhere near that. So this still looks very, very much over. This entire time, Coyote had free shorefish. Lynx completely off the shorefish. yeah, all the signs point towards Coyote picking up this game. He has to deal the finishing blow, but I think that's what's going to happen in Castle Age. And I think he knows it, and it's fine for Lynx, right? Like, even if Lynx loses this, he still has 2 home maps, so...
Yeah,
Second.
you should be fine with letting your opponent win one of their home map.
Yeah,
sure.
I think that's still okay. And that's a map, if that's the 2 players we suspect, this is the map where I think Coyote might be the biggest favorite. Out of all of the drafted maps. I think this is the map where he can shine, because the meta is figured out, there's not much of a strategic approach, we know what we have to do on this map, the meta is kind of like set in stone, so I think...
Yeah. Finally, tower. Oh, we liberated the Minotaur that was healing in the town center falling. No, it's dead now, I think. Oh, no, the counter-attack, actually, I was talking about, but we have no idea where the wood line is.
Yeah, this is the desperate attempt for a counter-attack. Do you think we are going to see the GG when Coyote hits Castle Age? I think we might.
Biscuits is a pretty late resigner.
Okay.
But I still think the Castle Age should seal the deal, especially when you're already leading 2-0. It's fine to lead.
Oh, now we have to abandon the entire wood line at home
the wood
too.
line, yeah.
I think this still might, even as Biscuits, this might be a GG moment. Like you're up 2-0, like you have 2 home maps left.
Okay, GG.
Yes, there is the GG. That is very reasonable. And yes, very, very strong showing from Coyote to come back into the series, and I'm happy we don't get a 3-0. Kinda hoping for a game 5. It's looking rough though, because the next 2 maps look very strategic.
To be fair, Dana kill. Well, let's see what Biscuits is cooking on Dana kill and Shattered Plains. I'm very
Biscuits?
Oh, look at... Yeah, Biscuits. Look at that. Coyote was just deleting his lumber camp for placing a TC, I think. But you don't have the stone. You don't have the stone. You have a market.
Yeah, well, you can easily buy the stone here. Yeah, that's not a big problem.
But I mean, why do you do that? I mean, you should be on triple barracks, and you should have many times to upgrade into sword. But no, that's Megafish.
The problem
is adding TCs.
I mean, first of all, Megafish likes his archers, yes. Especially against Romans, I think the best thing... I think the thought here is you don't want to mirror Roman men-at-arms or Roman swordsmen, so you just go range unit and try to kite them down. I think that's the approach here.
The thing why Romans are so strong here is that if you're going towards the range counter line, well, the opponent will be like, we still have very tanky men-at-arms that will still be able to push back the opponent's archer with the shorefish behind. So the Roman men-at-arms will push your villagers away from the shorefish. Their villagers with the 5% bonus even will have the shorefish villagers. So even if they lose the men-at-arm, well, it will be a fine trade for them.
Yeah.
And then they can just spam everything back into your economy as well, and they will still get a better... I mean, that's why this map is so snowbally and so much about the men-at-arm build.
That is true, but you should be rewarded for good standard meta play too, so I don't mind it too much to have like one aggressive map in the map pool. And because it's all about execution, right? And I think Coyote executed better what you need to do on this map, and therefore deserved not an equalizer, but at least he is on the scoreboard now. I'm going to jump back to the draft. Well, I have done so already. So, now for Coyote, you needed to win Dry River. From now on, things are not going to be easier, because now you have to win the opponent's home maps, both of them.
Indeed. And
how do we achieve that?
Again, there are still the Mongols in there, and I still think Megafish might have cooked with the Mongols on Shattered Plain. I'm kind of hoping to see that, to see how it pans out. We still have the Lithuanians, though. I still think they can be great on Shattered Plains, even though they don't have the strongest late game. They have a good late game, but not the strongest.
Yeah.
And Koreans could be pretty strong on Dinokill, but let's see what we have on the
I
other side.
think Coyote was the
Burmese
one to go
Bengalis.
Koreans fast castle into castle drop on Danakill. So I think he might do the same thing again. So I think
Could be.
Koreans might just go FC and to stone, and then depending what he wants to do, forward or defensive castle. So I would expect Lithuanians or Mongols on Shattered Plain, yes. The question is which of these two maps do you go for as Lynx? And I'm going to load up game 4.
Wait, I just noticed something.
Yeah?
For Lynx, what do you play on Shattered Plains? You have Bengalis, Burmese, and Vietnamese. I don't think Vietnamese are particularly good here.
Honestly, I think all three civs are good on that map because it's very
I don't think they
arena-like.
are.
I think it's very arena-like, and
No,
I do
it's
think
very
it's
open.
I mean, I've
It's
played
super open.
in
The
my
mobility is super important, and Bengalis, Burmese. I mean, Burmese you can, but eco-wise, it's not. And I don't think the pushes are as strong as on arena because you're not cramped in your base, and I think that's very important.
I mean, it still has shades of arena. I don't think there's any point in denying this. However, we can save that discussion for game 5 potentially because we're not going to Shattered Plains. We are going to what I think has been the best map of the tournament so far in terms of the entertainment provided, at least. We are going towards Danakill for game 4. And a lot of questions for Shattered Plains might be answered on in this game. Because Burmese is gone now.
Okay, I will let you do the countdown, and then I will see what I have in mind for.
Oh yeah, I'm very. I have to switch scene first, so let's do this. I'm very curious to what you're going to tell me about this matchup now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Do you think?
So this is the semifinals. So we've seen the quarterfinals and the round of 16 from the opponents. One sec, super lag, test. Okay, whatever. So some useless chatting. That's good. But so Lynx has seen what Coyote did. So fast castle drop with Koreans.
And I think that happened in quarters. I think that only happened in quarters, so he hasn't seen it.
Oh, you only see the Rex from the
the semi-finalists only have access to the first round of their opponents, yes.
Oh, that's very important.
He did not see that. He did not see that Coyote went Koreans there.
Bigger scouting pattern as usual.
Yes.
Oh, we're early onto the elephant though for Lynx. Interesting stuff. So it might be Burmese for the men at them. So it's not Burmese to control the FC Korean wagons. Like not from what you've seen in the Rex, at least I think.
So you're saying Lynx is trying to play this through feudal age aggression? That's your take.
So you go for the very strong man at arms with Burmese because you take the elephant early.
So there's already one thing I want to touch on, which on this map is very important. Do you go, because this map is all about the wood lines towards the middle. Like long term, that's the only source of reliable wood income you have. I did add a couple of smaller, like very small wood lines within the walls to give players the option to at least put their first lumber camp there, and Coyote is choosing to do that. I want to ask you something, because I'm not that experienced in those matchups. If I consider, like, when I practiced the map with a bunch of people, I went like man-at-arms, towers, range forward to just pressure the woodline hardcore. Is Koreans really a civilization where you want to do that? Because with their towers, which they feel very comfortable with, don't you think that just kind of maybe plays into their hand because they can defend it very well? Because even if they go fast castle, then they go to stone in any case, so they are always ready to defend with towers. Like, what's your take on that?
So the Koreans do have great towers in Castle Age. In Feudal Age, they have faster stone miners, true, but that's kind of a small bonus for them. And meaning that in Feudal Age, the towering the Koreans, in my opinion, is very much fine. And also an important difference though is that Burmese will have an eco bonus in right upon hitting a Feudal Age, hitting the double attack. Whereas Koreans don't really have an eco bonus. So the men-at-arm tower rush, archer follow-up openings, this kind of aggressive stuff, really put a lot of stress on the economy, and that's where civilization like Koreans or Byzantines or this kind of civilization that do not have such an eco bonus can suffer. So I don't mind that against Koreans. And even if you're thinking that the Koreans wants to go for an FC war against, the tower rushes can deny the access to the stone. So I'm looking at Coyote's base. The stone inside is very much forward, so very much deniable by a tower. However, we have a back stone, but it's outside of the palisades.
Yes.
So it's gonna be risky in any ways.
Yeah, resource placement very important on this map for sure, and we see how advanced both of these players are. Both doing the same thing, like putting their sheep underneath the gate to long distance lure the ostriches. That's something that especially higher even players are very comfortable doing. I mean, honestly, I've seen 1400s do this thing, but we're in a tournament, and to pull this off together with a clean build, that's just very, very impressive still, I think. And
I'm just noticing something. No, well,
yeah, Ghost Rider, everyone is doing this, but first of all, on this map it's especially difficult, and second of all, you're in a tournament, and you're not screwing up your build with this.
I was talking about the Burmese men at arms. Well, screw that. We were floating way too many resources and we still haven't clicked up. So I got baited by the very early elephant lore by Lynx, and I'm not sure why. Like we had 6 villages on elephant. That means that
what is
we
this?
lost a lot of...
Look at Coyote's mining camp. What the frick is this? We don't want to use the gate, or what are we doing?
No. I think that's fine. It's to not deny the farm slot. Oh, double mining camp.
Yeah, but like...
It's not gonna be a very, very fast castle.
Okay, I do get the idea, but I just hate it visually. Like, it looks wrong.
But then we're just going fast castle ourselves with Burmese, I'm guessing for monks. And again, I do think Biscuits has a very good monk micro for our level.
Oh, monks might be interesting, especially if we are assuming a castle drop from Koreans. The one thing that's good against the war wagon is probably monks, especially in early castle age.
Oh yeah.
We did have the possibility of going FC into Arambai, but I don't think that's a play. Also, we are not on stone.
Not against Koreans.
Yes, not against Koreans, exactly, that's the point. So I think the monk approach is very, very comfortable here.
Lynx is even small walling the wood line. I mean, it's extra safe.
Oof.
I wouldn't do that.
I would probably wall towards the
Oh yeah, firstly, yeah. That would be nice wall, but okay, it's still leaving an opening. So, well, regarding the builds, I think Lynx has slightly too many on wood, and I'm not sure he's gonna have the resources to click up. But I think Coyote will be. Wait, no, actually, the build from Coyote is surprisingly very good because he's had, like, it's 23+2 on attempt at least to go FC with a 23+2, but with a 2 on stone very early on, that is super fast and super hard to do. If it's working out,
he has perfect resources to drop market blacksmith as well. We do scout the market and we will spot, like, Lynx he knows that's exactly what he wants to see. The scout wants to find the 2 buildings, and he is going to find the market and the blacksmith, so he does know what we are going for. Do we see that he's on stone? No, we don't. Okay, that's might be important.
Are we queuing 1 additional villager for Coyote? We don't have to. Unqueue 1 and click up to castle.
I think we...
No, that's a big mistake. No, okay, we unqueued.
We did, yeah, okay. We did exactly what you wanted him to do, so that's good.
I'm super surprised by the timings. Is that how many deers did they push in? I didn't pay attention.
They pushed a lot of deer actually. Like both went like 2 or 3 deers.
Like five deer? No, more than that because it's faster than the usual arena fast castle.
Is it?
Apart from the farms,
I would know that.
Yeah, it is.
So, okay, for me, we see Lynx going to gold pretty heavily for the stage we're in, so this is more or less confirming that this is going to be with the barracks, a pike and monk push, or at least a pike and monk play. And yeah, Zorus is angry today? Yeah, I just don't like to have like... There's just certain comments that I don't like. When I compliment the player in the game and chat is going, yeah, I'm doing that, like everyone's doing that, that's not hard. Yeah, honestly, like, I'm sorry if that came across as harsh. I apologize, but yeah. So the castle will be dropped for Coyote. Where are we going to drop it?
Hoskola for Burmese? I'm still confused. Yeah, I still don't know what Lynx is gonna go for, but because Burmese was the 3rd pick civilization. Okay, Loom is smart. Siege Workshop? We're seeing the forward villagers. At least
Are
the villagers
we-
going forward. What is the plan? And no monastery yet. I mean, we're lacking the wood. We're gonna have it in an instant, but then we... No, okay, monastery now.
So this is... Is he anticipating the forward castle, which is happening right now?
Wow. And this castle is brutal.
Yeah, that's exactly the castle you need, but
kind
you
of-
can.
Right, actually.
I wouldn't panic too much over this castle. Like,
No, it's
you,
fine, yeah, I guess.
you have the front wall, you can reinforce this with a couple of more houses and walls. And yeah, exactly, you can just abandon this and go to the top for the wood line.
But
So,
why the siege workshop?
do we go for rams or what's the plan here now?
If you wanna go for rams... Well, I mean, the war wagons are not gonna do well against the rams, but there will still be villagers around, and the monks alone won't have the range to protect the rams.
Yeah, that's a very, very aggressive castle. I still think it's fine.
And
we
also
are
only
opting
rams.
for-
No way, no!
It is rams,
think
yeah, it
it's
is a
gonna
ram. And we're
It's
just...
gonna be fire lancers as well, I think, for Koreans.
Is it? Oh yeah, true, they have those now.
Cheaper, right?
The thing is, monks is a very good answer to the war wagons. So
But only one monastery though.
yeah, I
You
would
have
have
one
preferred
more?
to see a second one too. Maybe we weren't anticipating that Coyote would be placing the castle so far forward. I'm not quite sure. I mean, the safe and economy approach for Lynx would just be double monastery defense. I'm not sure what this... Ooh, we cannot lose the monk here. I'm not quite sure what are we doing with the siege workshop here now.
We're going wagons and stable.
Stable in
I
anticipation of the monks, I don't mind that too
For
much.
sure. I do mind it a lot because the Fudiko at home is not gonna be able to sustain a lot of scouts. We're actually already idling a bit the well, actually Lynx has more idle time, but you know.
Yeah, the
I
idle time
think
isn't
violences-
essential here.
Fire lancers, especially for Koreans, fire lancers they do have the range attack before switching to melee. I think you spam a few fire lancers, it does push away or counter the monk.
Oh,
well
the
enough.
monk is out in the open against the scout. That's a great
should
pickup
be
for
fine.
Coyote if he's converting.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Actually,
converting. Damn. Okay,
you know
that's
what?
huge.
Lynx biscuits. In this case, you have one monk converting the scout. The other one should be healing the monk getting hit.
That is true. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, so we do have one siege workshop with one ram, and it's basically useless. But I do love the additional TC, and that's actually what I wanted. I was about to say I wanted to see instead of the siege workshop an additional TC on the wood line. It's great. You put two monks in the TC,
I
and
feel like-
wagons are coming in.
I feel like
You probably
Coyote
know.
is spreading himself a little too thin. Like we see a barracks, a stable, a siege workshop now.
Siege
Like
workshop as well.
he's not really. It doesn't feel like he knows what to do against this sort of defense. Like
I think I agree, yeah. And the war wagons, I mean, the war wagons, I'm always torn about them. They always feel like shit when I'm playing them because they're so easily countered by monks.
yeah,
But
you don't even
sometimes
need
they're just
like.
so OP as well.
Spanish can one-shot them, like, against against the other wagons, you at least need redemption, but you can just straight up convert them with monks, like...
Yeah, exactly. The redemption diff is very important. But look at the forward army
We are looking for
One
the
ram,
monks,
two
we are
spears,
looking for
and-
the monks.
and 3 monks. But like Lynx is sending a forward ram.
Yeah, the thing is,
Okay, not
Coyote
bad.
is looking all over here, all over Blue's base for the monks, not realizing
This
that the
is
monks
super
and the rams are making their way towards his own base. This is
This
great.
forward army is so funny.
This is
and
great, I love this
something
map
that
so
might be-
much.
Something that might be very important is the resources inside, like the safe resources inside the base. Because for now, the economy from Coyote is either under the castle or in the base. However, the gold is gonna run out. You
The
will have to
monastery
spend-
is getting rammed down, and we might see a ram versus ram
Ram the
standoff.
one, let's go.
But rams do deal bonus damage against the other rams. That's the funny part here.
Yeah,
so, oh, green has taken
And
the
we have
hit.
the forward army.
We don't
but
have a lot of units at home now. We can snipe these monks maybe.
We didn't convert the war wagons. What happened? But the war wagons are focusing on ram.
Yeah, that is
Then
not
there's-
great because probably
the
we
Magma
were
will be
distracted.
fine.
We were distracted at home. Look at this. This is
Go for the
exactly what.
market. Go for the market. The market is the heart of the economy. If you kill the market, you win the game.
Yeah, that is true, and kind
Another
of fighting on both
conversion at
sides
home?
now.
Yeah,
Mangonel
the
is in
Mangonel
place.
will,
Monks jumping in and out of the TC.
Oh, this is hard. I think we need a second. We have the for a second monastery, but it's hard. There's so much multitasking. We're taking the market. Oh, it's gonna be great. I think if Lynx doesn't mess up the micro and protects the vills, he's not protecting the vills. He's still on.
Oh,
TTC.
the war wagons are doing war wagons
Yeah, they're
phase.
doing work.
We are diving under the TC. There's
we
a
do
lot
have
of
the
pierce
second
armor on
monastery.
those.
Okay, we do have the 2 monastery production.
I don't
and
know where
think
to
it's gonna be
look.
good enough.
I don't know where to look.
Yeah.
There's like villagers fighting monks in the one base and
Yeah,
war wagons
the
in the
front.
other base, idling
the
the
monk
entire
is doing
TC.
We kill the market. We kill the market. We've won the game basically. and we're getting on the 2 war wagons against 5 war wagons.
The problem is we have double monastery reinforcements at home. These war wagons are
Yeah.
doomed to get converted, and
the-
we did clean up the blues push as well. And the GG is called, and Coyote is out of the tournament.
Let's go. The GG is cold.
Honestly, this is the map of the tournament. It just shows again.
The multitasking at the end for the 2 players must have been crazy, especially like in this match point, right? It's game 4. So like for the nerves, imagine you're playing this kind of game at this point in the set. It's crazy.